This week, we all figure out how to cope.
Land.
Welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Cream of the Crop podcast. What should have been the last episode of 2024, but we're a week late because why be any different than we usually are. This week is gonna keeping ourselves on brand. This week we're gonna go through our tops of 2024, and yes, normally we would start with a little This Week in Geek, but for the life of me, there's fuck all in gaming news right now. So, for the sake of time and enjoyment, this is going to be a mainly wrestling podcast tonight. So, if you're one of the people that doesn't watch or doesn't do the wrestling part of it, just put us on mute, but keep watching. The views help.
Honestly, this was supposed to be called the Creamies, but
the Creamies, yeah.
Someone didn't like this. Someone didn't like the name and said it belonged on a different site.
It did. Once we start our OnlyFans, we can have those. All right. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and let's fucking light this candle. So we were given 6 categories.
6. Yep.
We were given men's match of the year, women's match of the year, top male superstar, top female superstar, breakout superstar of the year, and then pay-per-view of the year.
Yep.
Or top pay-per-views, not pay-per-view of the year, but so there's a point system that I don't understand that I'm gonna let KJ explain because he's the math
simple.
guy. Yeah,
we will.
Really, because you need an OLOS to help you with it. So
because that's dyslexia and sleep deprivation.
Poor guy's been up for 24 hours straight. Leave him be.
Yeah. So it is going by list system where your first pick will have your top pick has the most points. Let's say we're listing by top 5. Your first place will have 5 points. Your second place 4, and it will go so forth and so on. All 3 of us came up with our own list. Then those were tallied up and giving scores, and then between the 3 of us, we now have a definitive list between the 6 categories. So we might as well start with the breakout wrestler of the year.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which was kind of a weird list because I feel like we've seen some of these names last year as most improved.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of tying.
Okay.
Yeah. So at the bottom of the list.
So this was the 5 we did, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Men and women's wrestler of the year will be 10 names. The rest of the categories will be 5.
Okay.
So coming at the 5th place of breakout wrestler of the year is Tiffany Stratton with 2 points.
Really?
Yes.
That's a little surprising to me. I mean, although looking at my list, I understand where I put her, but like...
Oh, I didn't have her at all.
Really? And
Tiffany Stratton...
I feel like we did this last year where I think maybe I misunderstood what breakout meant.
No, we didn't do breakout last year. We did most improved.
Okay.
Yeah.
So breakout for me meant like kind of a coming out party. Like they really got more popular. Like you could say like not this past year, but the year before, Jay was like a breakout.
Yeah.
Like Jay Uso was a breakout because when he went solo and the Yeet and all that, like the crowd reaction, LA Knight, for example, the year before kind of thing.
The only reason Tiffany wasn't on my list, if the cash-in this Friday didn't happen at the end of 2024, definitely would have been on the list. Guaranteed. But 2024 has just been, she won Money in the Bank, and that's good, and like she's been over. It's just the draw of the Money in the Bank really just killed her momentum for me.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I get that. By the way, phenomenal cash in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I loved that. That was great. We weren't really gonna discuss that, but since it came up, I thought it was
Yeah,
awesome.
Tiffany Stratton, your new WWE Women's Champion, after screwing Naomi out of the belt, then to screw Naya, and doing the smart thing of waiting for Bianca Belair to hit the KOD.
Yeah.
And pull her out of the ring.
Yes.
Throw her through the fucking
Announce
table and then
pulling her best Cope impression.
Also, the quickest cash in between here's the briefcase, the match has started.
I feel like they've been quicker.
Really? Because I feel like every single one of those takes forever.
It wasn't as bad as like, are you sure you want to cash in?
This is what you want to do? This right here?
It's not as bad as Carmella, but I feel like Alexa Bliss and EO were like, here's the briefcase.
Yeah, EO's I do remember EO's being kind of quick as well. So was I the only one that had?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
You're the only one.
It was more because she hit main roster and just to me kept that momentum going, if not increased it, and I just I think that's killer.
I did almost put her on the list, but then I was like, man, but she had a pretty decent year last year, like the year before.
Yeah,
like when she dropped the whole daddy's girl thing, and
that was weird.
And the NXT stuff with Becky, I think, was 23.
Yeah,
because that really kind of brought her like star power up a little bit.
The only reason Tiffany is not on my list is because she got knocked out by Jada Parker for me.
Okay.
And I only do this for the one promo where she kind of just slipped up and let the blackness take over with a live mic in her hand. Well, a mic around her capable of picking up a certain word. I know you hear me. Like, so.
Lord.
Oh, God.
But moving on to fourth place, which is a three-way tie.
There you go.
Wow.
It won't be the first. Of Bronson Reed.
Okay.
Stephanie McCure. And Chelsea Green, all with 3 points.
Two of those I didn't have.
Yeah.
I didn't have two of those either, to be fair.
I had Chelsea Green. Who I mean, I wasn't a big fan of hers to start with, but I definitely she's kind of won me over. And I'm excited they put a belt on her to see what she does with it.
Yep. I had Bronson Reed.
Yep.
I can't, guys. I can't with him. He's okay, but I'm not sold on it yet. And I hate that he broke his, I would have liked to see what he would have done if he had stayed healthy. Because I do think what they're doing with Drew was what they were planning on doing with Bronson Reed, is what I had heard.
I don't know about that.
No. I feel like it would have been a triple threat with Seth, Punk, and Bronson, if anything.
Okay.
To prolong that match between Seth and Punk.
Yeah.
Say, oh well, Bronson Reed got in the way. He probably wins the match.
And I don't think he's bad by any means. He's a good big guy.
He's just not the
that Seth Rollins, 6 tsunamis on Rollins got him over pretty good.
Yeah.
And then adding him to the War Games match, obviously everything that happened to his ankle and everything, sucks. But adding him to the match was like, ooh, that's a good addition. Like, you got all these ass kickers here.
Just adding him to the bloodline in general, he looked like he fit.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like an out of place thing at any point in time.
He wasn't like Sami Zayn with the OG bloodline. No, this is like they could have actually picked him up without the War Games match needed, and it still would have just made sense somehow.
Yeah.
But Stephanie McCure is it's one of the biggest breakouts because remember, she went from being in a AEW match to immediately going to WWE.
I didn't put her only because there hasn't been much
aggression since
done with her yet.
And I only
like,
give that because of the whole visa thing.
Right, and that's like we were originally discussing putting out a list of like disappointing years, and I was like, I feel like really the most disappointing years are just people getting injured. So I didn't even think about it because it's like, wow, who had a disappointing year? Well, MJF had a pretty rough year, but he was out for like 7 months.
Yeah.
Adam Cole had a disappointing year, but he was out for 8-9 months. More, he was out for almost a year.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Like, where's Ilya Dragunov? He got hurt earlier in the year, and like,
Tyler
okay,
Bate hurt.
Is that
Right.
okay? So is that why I haven't seen him on TV since like the
Yes.
Tyler Bate? Yeah.
No,
and Ilya Dragunov.
Dragunov. Yeah.
So I didn't know that.
Both injured.
I didn't know he got injured. I knew Tyler Bate had.
Yeah.
So, and Chelsea Green, your new U.S. champion,
Women's U.S. champion.
Reliving the Kevin Owens Face of America as a Canadian gimmick.
Yep.
Because that's the first thing I thought of. Like, give me flashback somehow.
How long
She'll
before
hold the title longer than her husband?
Yes.
Well, that was gonna be my joke. Is how long before he shows up on a fucking indie circle with that United States belt, buys a version of it. Like
he already won the women's tag.
Jesus Christ. The amount of trouble people got into for that.
Apparently not as much.
I thought it was
I thought she did an interview where she talked about that, where it was more of a freak out in the moment than when she explained like, hey, that's not actually my, like, I have my belt. I think it was
like
me.
The moment they saw it, like, oh fuck, and then they like, wait, that's not the
That's the one you buy from the shop. Yeah.
Hey, you actually, guys put it on sale. What do you expect?
Actually, fun fact, because you mentioned the shop versions of the belts. Mm-hmm. You know, The Miz during his WrestleMania match with John Cena actually had a prop belt the entire time during that match. The only reason, because when he does his entrance, he holds the back of it, and you can see like the stamp that they have on the prop ones.
Yeah.
The only reason that's a thing is because he wanted to take that belt home.
Oh, okay.
Because of the moment, like, oh, he's gonna win, he's gonna walk out of WrestleMania, and that's his main event. Yeah. He wanted the belt, and they didn't want to, like, we're not gonna give you the actual belt, so here's the replica, so you can take the one you walked out with home.
That's cool, though. I like that. Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Cute. So, we are in third place with a tie with 4 points apiece. Carmelo Hayes and Kyle Fletcher.
Okay.
One is kind of been missing. The other one has had a good run at the end of the year,
like a second half. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tough because I thought about Carmelo and I was like, yeah, but most of his
it's just Andrade.
Yeah, most of his stuff. He had that match with Cody.
No. The matches are good, minus the fuck up he did with Cody. But that's a freak accident. Can't blame him for that. It's just the fact that he had a feud with Andrade over who faces LA Knight for the belt. Just for neither one. Just for neither one to get the belt.
Yeah.
Just Shinsuke shows up and then gets it. And then dead. It's just. And then the Braun Strowman thing.
Well, I mean, he did win the.
It didn't win back, but it.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to be doing something with him this year.
I do too.
Oh yeah, by the end of the year, he's going to be champion. He's going to hold
Intercontinental or United States, or even of a tag team if he could find somebody to pair him with.
I'd keep him away from it. He's
really
good.
Singles.
Yeah. I know he's small, but like he's really solid.
I think it's just because he's young.
Yeah. And but that means there's still so much time to like invest in him.
Much like Kyle Fletcher.
Yes.
Yeah. Both young guys, a long career ahead of them. Kyle turning heel on Will Ospreay and just having good matches kind of just put him like, hey, this is the future of AEW.
Cutting that bleach fucking platinum hair off.
Yeah. Just looking like a creative character.
Yeah, but he looks so much less ridiculous now.
Oh, now he's leaning into the Randy Orton bits.
Randy Orton, yeah.
Because I think he did the apron DDT.
Or he went to do it, I think. Or
no, I think he actually
did he do it?
Yeah.
I saw the one where, who did he do it? He was gonna do it to somebody, and then they reversed it, and then did the like tongue and the fucking and then dropped him instead. But I can't.
I remember he did
who
it one time, and he did like the full Randy Orton taunt.
Yeah,
like leaned into it, but
it's not a terrible thing to be compared to.
No.
Exactly.
So,
but he can only go so far. He can go only up. Hopefully, he'll be in the TNT title picture
or the. Well, yeah, that's fine. I just hate that belt. I try to forget about it.
I like the TNT belt. It grew on me. But there's like, because
if they go back to the unique designs, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, there are certain belts that I want, like on certain people. The Continental, I need Takeshita to hold that belt, just because I want to see him and Okada in a singles match for like a good 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Who is now signed to New Japan. He is now Mr. 2 belts and 3 contracts.
Yeah.
He's the New Japan open weight champion, the AW what is it? Fuck is that belt?
International
International champion. And also he's signed to AEW, DDT, and recently New Japan. That man is
keeping
making
him busy.
bank. Yes. So now we're in the 3rd place. I don't kind of agree with.
I was gonna say second place.
Second place. Sorry. I don't know why I read that wrong. Second place. One of these people, I don't feel like they belong, but
it's probably
5 points apiece.
He just roast all of mine.
Damian Priest, Braun Breaker, and Trick Williams.
I don't think Trick really belongs there.
Oh, Damian's the one I think is the odd man out.
Fuck you. I think he's done great.
Oh, no. No. This isn't.
No, I
think he's done shit. I think he's been established well enough throughout the year. That's not like a breakout. It seems like the natural progression.
So my vision for that is because for so long he was with Judgment Day, where they kind of like went back and forth of, hey, they were the bad guy jobbers for a little bit, and then finally they started kind of picking up steam. He wins a championship, and then even
they were tag champs,
and then
Money in the Bank.
He, eventually, obviously, he gets kicked out of this group, and I still feel has continued to gain good momentum and like had really good matches. His stuff with Gunther's been good outside of kind of the Ludwig stuff that I don't quite understand. Yeah. So that's more my thought of it is like, yes, he's established, but I think where once he left this group, it easily could have just disappeared. That he's continued to really have great matches, and I do think you'll see more championships in his future because I think he proved that he can hold a belt and be good with it. So that's the reason I put him on here.
I get it.
Trick, I don't understand though, because I just don't feel like Trick's been doing much this. I mean, I guess he has, but
he's had an okay.
You have to remember it's the whole year.
It's true, yeah. And there's some of it I think I'm
2-time NXT champion.
He had that big first match with Ilya, then the second match with Ilya that he won.
That's true. That was 2024. Yeah. Oh, gosh, yep. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
And then he had the back and forth with like Ethan Page. They've had their back and forth, and yeah, he's a 2-time NXT champion this year. Okay. So
that's fair.
Braun was my pick.
That's a good.
I just feel like from coming from NXT to going to the main roster, the only slight that doesn't put him above, I feel like as IC champion, he kind of gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, especially randomly losing
the
Jey
switch.
Uso.
Yeah, and the switch of turning babyface and then immediately turning back heel because course corrects.
Yeah.
And injuries kind of fucked it up. Like, he should have never turned face. It should have just been outright heel.
When did he? Are you like talking when he was with Corbin turning face, or
no? Actually,
I thought he'd been heel since he came to the main
That's crazy
roster.
because that was this year too.
Yeah.
No, it's a slight. I wouldn't say a face turn. It's like a tweener, where like when he lost the belt,
Yeah.
like they were
He
trying
did
to turn
like,
on face.
Yeah.
He was trying to like, oh, the respect.
Gotcha.
Like, oh, I respect Jey, and then immediately turned back heel.
Gotcha.
So that kind of knocked him down a few.
Yeah.
All right, who we got number one?
Oh, number one, easy layup, Mariah May, 9 points.
Yeah, I get that.
Went from being the sidekick to the women's champion.
Yeah. She was number one for you and number two for me.
Yep.
No, I get that. I hate that I didn't even
consider
that.
Yeah.
See, that was what was hard for me. Is just with this year, it's like I feel like everybody has had. I was like, my wife would come in. Everybody, there's been a lot of good years in 2024 for some of these people. And like I said, I feel like even the ones that had kind of weren't really because of them, because of injuries, because of travel issues.
Yeah, like shit just didn't. Yeah,
shit didn't click.
So this one was a little more difficult for me because I'm just thinking like, okay, who's really like surprised me? And yeah, Mariah, I don't know, I just can't believe I didn't put Mariah May on there.
Well, because even then we've said before, like her championship reign has not been our favorite so far.
Yeah.
It's just because of how like we know where this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You promoted Grand Slam in Australia. Toni Storm's finally back after we waited so long. It's like
she's not doing her old gimmick, is she? She's back to doing
and no.
Okay.
It's
like a mankind thing we're doing here.
Basically. So she's no longer timeless Toni Storm. She's back to the original Toni Storm.
Okay.
But she has no memory
of the Toni
of ever being in AEW. So when she came back, she's treating this like she
full
just
psychotic
signed.
break. Yeah.
Like they retweeted her AEW like Toni Storm is all elite.
I dig it.
So,
all right, I'm about it.
Like
I'll let him cook.
Because I think she went up to Tony Perazzo and was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in forever." Like, "Oh, you have a tattoo." Like they're mentioning the tattoo that she got redone for their feud, and she's like, "How do you know this?"
Yeah.
Like she doesn't know about the tattoo. So like it's funny because she's going around, she's shaking everyone's hands like, "Oh, I'm Toni Storm. Nice to meet you." It's a funny bit because you can't tell if she's just acting or is she actually just broken.
Hey, I like bring the kayfabe back. I'm about it.
So those were our breakouts of the year.
Okay.
We can do pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, just hit the 5s and then we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have a feeling this is going to be relatively close. Like I feel like all of us
they're close except for the first place.
Really? Okay.
Like it goes up by 1 point.
Because I feel like
1 point.
We've all watched a lot of these together. Where like I feel like we kind of agree on a lot of these. Yeah. And hell, like my list, it's not all just WWE stuff, but to everybody's surprise. Like
I'm surprised too to hear you say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, the matches of the year were kind of shocking to me. So starting off pay-per-view number 5, AEW Revolution with 3 points.
Okay.
I feel like that was only me.
It was.
I had Rumble at 5.
Sting's retirement.
Okay, I was trying to think. I was like, what fucking pay-per-view? What was on that card?
Yeah, only because of Sting's retirement. And Darby almost died.
I think that's probably why I don't remember it, is because I don't want to remember that.
Yeah. I just think it was a good.
I was traumatized.
Pay-per-view. I think it was a solid pay-per-view, and it was like cool.
What'd you put at 5, Ellis? I want to know.
I put Backlash.
Okay.
The crowd. The crowd really got that over. So I enjoyed that, and then spoilers, it doesn't make the top 5 for the matches, but you and I had that Cody AJ match in our list.
Yeah.
It did not. I promise you that match did not cross my mind.
It's a good match. It's a really good match.
I don't remember it.
It's
I just remember
kind
was
of
it Cody almost landed on his head?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a mid.
And was that the match they were mad about the burning hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick out at 1? Yeah.
Yeah. Which meh.
Well, I think we were.
Whatever.
I think I was also kind of annoyed about that.
Yeah.
I was annoyed by it, but now like
not like, oh my god, but like, hey, this is like somebody else's finisher.
Well, just like our top match was again, it was a spot that irritated me, but now that I'm like, okay, it's okay. Like
it's all right.
So my number 5 actually for pay-per-view of the year was World's End.
Okay.
Just recency bias.
Yeah.
That's
so in 4th place, something I didn't have. Looking at mine, SummerSlam with 4 points.
That's all me.
Yeah. Some of these like the top ones are all of us, and then it's like, hey, who picked the highest next?
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot from SummerSlam.
I don't remember. It's the one where it's Solo and Cody.
Yeah. See, I didn't
the belt,
but it was Liv and Rhea.
Yep.
Was that the
with
cage,
Dom
in the cage?
In the cage? Oh,
See,
that's why.
No, that was Dom turned on Rhea.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they haven't done July. Yeah, they haven't done the 2-day SummerSlam yet. That's
not
coming.
And this was the match where she popped her shoulder out, and we couldn't tell if it was real.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Fuck, dude, I don't know if she really popped her shoulder."
That's LA and Logan, right?
Yeah,
because that's Cleveland. Yeah, it seems like, from what I remember,
LA Knight
it seems
won
like
the US title.
Yeah,
and that's why I had it as high as I did, because I was like, those 2 matches were solid. The match itself for the LA Knight and Logan Paul match, as much as we can't stand Logan Paul, but the match was good.
I almost thought about
LA Knight finally won a title.
Hopefully stays retired.
Yeah.
But Olas, I feel like this is all you again.
Ooh, maybe.
And number 3, AEW Dynasty with 5 points.
Yeah, that is me again.
So you'd be surprised. My 3 was All In.
My 3 was Revolution. So
that's how it snuck in. All In. Yeah.
So I think Dynasty, other than Swerve winning, I can't remember anything else from that pay-per-view. Like, I love AEW, but other than that moment, I don't remember Dynasty's match card.
It's a lot of pay-per-view. Well, it also doesn't help.
No, this is when AEW kind of did a bunch of back to back.
Yeah. Swerve was the main event in quite a lot of pay-per-views this year.
Yeah, which good for him.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I looked up these pay-per-views earlier for matches, and I just forgot immediately.
It's all hot.
It's white.
I know. God damn.
They're all blending together.
Open what is it from fucking Indiana Jones?
The Ark?
The Ark of the Covenant, yeah.
But yeah.
So hold on, real quick. We'll go through. I'll just kind of pop that back in your head. I think this was the pre-show, but Trent Beretta against Matt Sydal.
This is
when Orange Cassidy against Taylor and Lee Moriarty. Bullet Club Gold.
That's when they got the fucking the 6 belts.
Yes.
Fucking okay.
So that was the pre-show.
Yeah.
And then it opened with Okada and Pac.
Which, damn, I'm mad I forgot about this.
Yeah. House of Black against Pope, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe. Willow Nightingale against Julia Hart. Roddy Strong against Kyle O'Reilly. Chris Jericho against Hook. Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa. Ospreay and Danielson.
Yeah.
Bucks and FTR. Swerve and Samoa Joe.
Why did I forget? Okay, that's why. Why did I not forget that was the match on Dynasty?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't remember.
Love that match. I didn't.
I remember
because I think I have in both of the matches, like the lists I sent you, I think 3 of these matches were on there.
Dynasty, yeah. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that a little later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Damn. If I would have remembered that, I probably would have put that on there. It probably would have took Revolution spot.
I figured it would have been higher. I didn't think I'd be the only one that had it.
Funny enough, all of my like 4 out of 5 of mine are AEW.
Well, yeah, I figured.
You're the AEW guy.
Yeah.
Like no
Just
one,
like I figured 4 of his 5.
Like no one's surprised that like 3 out of the 5 of mine are WWE.
But in second place, with 6 points, Forbidden Door.
Hey, there you go. Bam.
I feel like it's just for the main event.
That was my number 2. No, Forbidden Door. I thought was good all around.
No, it was a good pay-per-view. Not their best Forbidden Door. I feel like the first one was their best foot forward. I feel like they need to do better with cross promotion because Wrestle Dynasty, kind of proved that even though the match qualities were good, it did like a quarter of Wrestle Kingdom's numbers, ticket sales. For them going back to back nights in the Tokyo Dome, they need to do better.
Yep.
Also, they need more Stardom and ROH inclusion. Well, not ROH, CMLL.
Yeah.
Because it felt more like just AEW and New Japan instead of being 4 promotions together. Yeah. So, that was my mini rant on that their relationship.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't have it.
Gabe Kidd was right.
Yeah.
He's gonna be world champion by the end of the fucking year.
As well, he should.
But, well, number 1 with 11 points. This is the jump.
Wow.
It is a tie.
Oh.
Both ending with feel-good moments, depending on how you see it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
WrestleMania and All In.
Nice. I like that they tied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it should be.
Honestly.
Yeah.
You have Cody finishing his story. Danielson wrapping up his.
Yeah.
Like, both feel-good moments of, like, both bringing their families into the ring while holding the world championship.
While Seth's wrenching in pain on the mat, having to be carried out of the building.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
What a guy. No,
the fact that he could stand.
Yeah.
Like on that leg.
Is that so? Is that what it was? Was it his leg?
Yeah, he was supposed to get involved slightly, but he just stood there just to take the chair shot.
Well, he got into the ring, but obviously, like if you saw that fan footage, he was like struggling to get in the ring, and he was pulling himself up, and so he just kind of stood there because he couldn't really move.
Yeah, he was.
That's why the match with Drew was so kind of short and just lots of
finishers
hits.
And
yeah,
moves.
Because he couldn't. He was already having issues, and then he really fucked it up on night 1, and then so night 2 was just like, all right, well, it's WrestleMania, we got to do this shit. Like,
yeah,
morphing me up.
Because
what
he had to wrestle twice. Yeah, twice. He wrestled the main event of night 1, the opener of night 2.
Yep, and then he had to main event for
night 2.
Yeah.
So hats off to Seth for that, but All In was what you had: MJF versus Ospreay, Danielson and Swerve. Like, watching that really made me think like Swerve was gonna be the guy to retire Danielson.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Like it like fully believable after a while, like, oh, we are witnessing the murder of Danielson.
No, I watched that, and much like you, was like, oh man, this is
the crowning of Mariah May as champion.
Yep.
So it was a bunch of matches, and they just said we're putting our best foot forward because this is our best. Yep. This is our main show.
And on WrestleMania side, like Becky pulling that match out with fucking pneumonia or whatever the fuck she had.
Yeah. And Rhea just having like a panic attack.
Yeah.
So it's like both of them not at their best, but still was able to put on a show.
Fantastic match. Yeah. Like
Bailey and Io able to put on a show, even though that match was not really promoted.
No.
And it was,
but
like,
two people that can go.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah. The start of Hater of the Year, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
The downward spiral.
The hint, the CM Punk return.
The tweet.
That was great.
Yeah.
The Sami Zayn Gunther match.
Yeah.
That was, that was a huge moment. It still should have been Chad Gable, but that's okay.
The Pride versus AOP. Sorry.
Oh yeah, what a great match that was. And then fucking we don't talk about that.
Yeah, now he works for a different company.
All right. So we're gonna go on to our women's matches of the year. Which
I'm intrigued to see where these go.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. So Jesus Christ. No, last place is a fucking long ass list because it's 3 matches. All for 10 points.
There you go.
Nice.
So we have the most confusing one. The NXT inaugural Women's North American ladder match. I'm gonna put as much words in that as possible. Then we had Mercedes versus Chris Statlander for Full Gear.
Yep.
And then running it back, Mercedes versus Stephanie Vakura from Forbidden Door.
Well,
all at 10 points.
So the reason he's laughing at the ladder match is that all 3 of us picked that, but somehow, some way, all wrote it in different ways.
Not 2 of us didn't even write. Didn't even write the.
Didn't even put that it was a championship match. Just that it was a ladder match with 6 people.
North American.
I'll be the guy.
Actually, no, I'm wrong.
Okay.
Because I'm dumb and I miswrote this. No, it's not the North American ladder match. It's the women's Iron Woman match. Iron Survivor match.
Yeah.
Oh.
At 10 points.
I didn't have that, but that was a good match. It was a decent match, yeah.
Those 3 are at 10. Just to skip ahead a little bit, the North American ladder match is 4th at 11.
Okay.
With 11 points. Sorry. Oh.
So I'll be the guy. I haven't been impressed with any of Mercedes Monet's matches since she's come back.
The All-In match was kind of a dud, and I don't know if that was just bad chemistry.
That was
because I feel like that match alone kind of made Mercedes said, "Fuck." I get that her gimmick and her character work is not clicking as well. But I feel like she took that match and how people shitted on it and like, oh, if she was in WWE, this match would have never happened. And turned out like, okay, I'm going to show you what kind of matches I can do now from that point. Because she was putting on great matches with Chris Statlander. She went to New Japan Strong and was putting on good matches. So it's like, it wasn't Mercedes.
Gotcha.
That was the problem in that.
I just hate that fucking finisher.
Yeah, the finisher could still use work because, like even the start of the year, her and Mina just had a great match. Like, if you put the ball in her hands, like, hey, you have one of the longest matches, women's matches in AEW history.
Yeah.
So, her and Mina had a longer match than the current Stardom champion or IWGP Women's Champion.
Yeah.
During this weekend. So, like, I feel like she does have creative control over her matches at least. And she's not like Hogan it up.
Yeah.
Brother.
It's not gonna work for me,
she is the belt collector right now, so.
She's in her Ultimate Dragon phase.
Yeah. The NXT Women's Iron Survivor match was just a good match overall. Just a good showcase of their current women's roster. I feel like NXT has had the best women's roster
pretty
of the year.
consistently.
Yeah. Like, no matter what kind of style of wrestling you like or character work you like, you can find it within the NXT women's roster.
Yeah.
So, because next up on that is the North American ladder match at 11 points, with Kalani Jordan being the inaugural winner.
Yep.
And currently, it is in the possession of what, Discount Toxic Attraction.
Yeah.
You can't tell me it's not the same group. It is bar for bar, word for word, the same group. It's just Mandy is no longer there.
Well, and Gigi's doing.
Yeah, Gigi's not part of the group, but
She's
JC
doing
Jane
something.
is part of it.
She's doing something a little different.
Yeah. Alt chicks.
Yeah.
Alt chicks united.
Kind of a, lesbian feel there a little bit at
No,
times.
they're just doing the Hex Girls from Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Squirrels, Jesus.
Not
I'm
the
gonna
same
try.
not the same
trying to
lesbian
say-
effect as the Raw group.
The
but,
other
hey,
lesbians,
whatever,
yeah. The
love
Shayna
that.
Baszler.
Yeah.
Where's Eric Bischoff? He has a proposition.
Jesus.
What was it, like 3 hot lesbians?
Yeah, something like that.
The lesbian, like, smoking on your top 5. Dumbest ideas.
Oh man. But no, it was a really overall just solid ladder match. Because especially
No, it wasn't the Money in the Bank match. Sorry.
You're
Yeah,
right. I mean, it's
up.
like you're not wrong, because you watch the NXT one and go, "Yep, this is exactly how a 6-person ladder match should look." And it's coordinated perfectly, and then you have the Money in the Bank where Shayna Baszler took a fucking Jeff Hardy Swanton bomb to nobody.
No, that was,
or was
that
it?
wasn't Shayna.
No, it was Start.
Yeah,
Zoe Stark.
where she almost domed herself.
Yeah,
I
just
think
almost cracks her skull on the ladder.
So, but keeping it with NXT, in third place is Roxanne Perez and Jordan Grace with 14 points.
Nice.
That was Battleground, showcasing for Jordan Grace, continuing the long reign of Roxanne Perez in her AJ Lee era right now.
Yeah, I had that pretty high. It was a good match.
Yeah, when she drops that belt and eventually comes to the main roster, she's gonna do great work.
Yeah.
Like, when Jordan Grace comes to the Royal Rumble, because I feel like it's a given. Number 1 entry, just get it out the way.
When she comes to the main roster, I think she's gonna do it.
she's gonna body press people.
Well, especially now that Tessa Blanchard's in TNA. So when Jordan Grace comes to fucking Raw or SmackDown, I think she's gonna do phenomenal.
Dumbest things you can do for your company is hire the known races. Speaking of which, actually,
remember when they started the year so strong and they brought back the TNA name and like everything was great.
Scott
I
D'Amore got
bought
fired.
the shirt, and then they were just like, how do we?
Shit.
Remember, we were like, hey man, everybody feels good about us again. Hey, how can we fuck this up?
How can we shoot ourselves in the foot? No, but speaking of hiring the races, WWE is in discussion with potentially bringing back Hulk Hogan.
I thought he already.
Funny enough, I wanted to bring this up when we were talking about Bronson Reed, because he made a tweet about it.
He sure did.
It's like,
yeah, if you watch Bronson Reed's tweets, they're pretty great.
So it's like, what was it? I guess it's not only Ric Flair. Y'all
want me to tsunami?
You 6 tsunamis on. Which, speaking of Ric Flair, his TikTok, I was involuntarily shown what was on his TikTok.
Oh no!
It's him tipping a girl $350 at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I was so confused because I didn't know it was Ric Flair. I'm like, so they're just showing off the waitress's body, and I looked at the name. I'm like, okay,
this
it clicks.
Checks out.
It clicks immediately. Jesus
Yeah, but
Christ.
instead we're gonna bring back the guy that doesn't like brothers, brother. You know, like fucking.
It's so crazy that he was dressed in black and white for so long. He doesn't like one of those colors. Man.
How can you be friends with Razor Ramon and not like
fucking Christ. I just don't like when they date my daughter.
I know it's bad that they couldn't even give. It was so bad.
Bully Ray.
Yeah, they wouldn't let Devon. It had to be Bully.
Yeah. Yeah, he used that creative control. It was supposed to be Devon the whole time.
Oh no, they gave it a 3D backstage, and he hated black people ever since.
I'm pretty sure it was more than 3Ds.
He'd rather get RKO'd on the car by Orton before letting the black guy fucking date his daughter.
Oh shit! All right.
But I thought he was still with WWE on our Legends contract.
He is, but like keep him.
But he doesn't need to appear. Yeah, that's
Actually, they're promoting his beer on the new canvas of the ring. But if y'all haven't seen those pictures,
but it's German.
Where American beer.
But it's German.
Yeah, Fortnite right in the middle. Which is crazy because Netflix is on the bottom. You would think Netflix would be on the middle, and Fortnite would be on the bottom.
I don't know. Are they doing actual sponsor for like Raw?
I think the mat is for Raw.
That was the mat that they put the blue mat over that, which I actually don't hate. A lot of people were bitching about it.
It's weird.
It's weird. The coloring is odd. Like it throws it off, but
I don't like that because eventually someone will have blue inspired gear and it's gonna be. You know what this is? This is a smaller version of the Hell in a Cell cage being turned red.
Yeah.
At some point, someone's gonna wear blue gear, and it's gonna fuck everything up.
Like, just let the refs wear those blue shirts again.
Fuck. All right, we got sidetracked.
Yeah. Sorry. That's what happens with
fucking racist. Turn me into GI robot. Fucking Nazis.
Were there Nazis here?
Racist, Nazis, all the same. All right.
Twitter, X. I mean, oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But you know who does love black men? Rhea Ripley. So in second place, Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch for WrestleMania.
Jesus. What segue.
Ah, shit. So anyway, how about that match at WrestleMania? That was great, huh?
Both being sick, but able to put on an absolute banger. That look, Bang Bros has been after Rhea Ripley for the better part of half a year now.
She keeps working at them house shows, man.
Yeah. They're all married. They're all married.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
Hands up, I ain't getting beat up by none of them.
I could take it. I mean,
no. Because of what? That's Buddy Matthews, Montez Ford, and Jimmy Uso. You're getting jumped by Samoans and two angry not black men. One's in the house. One is in the house of black. One is just has a black house.
One comes from a black household. The other one has a household of black.
Oh, hey, we're taking the list.
You know, if we ever wanted to get sponsored, I just don't think that's ever gonna fucking happen.
We can get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
I mean, if we make enough black jokes, we could get sponsored by Real American Beer.
No, that's how we don't get sponsored. They're not Americans. They're not even real people. According to Hulk Hogan.
A drink made by the brothers, not for the brothers.
It's like reverse FUBU, you know? Like
you can only drink 3/5 of this beer.
it's 200% markup on Juneteenth. Like it's fucking.
All right, we're going off the deep end. You know why I'm done.
I like that we left it and then said, "Hey, I forgot my wallet back there." Pull the car back around. Let's.
I'm done.
Good Lord. What's number one? Hey.
Talking about blacks and whites to talking about a woman who's constantly in black and white. Mariah May and Toni Storm at 28 points.
God damn.
That did really well.
It really did joke. I
was that surprised. Your number one?
That was my number one.
I think it was my number two. One of us had a no. Two of us had it. So that means it was my number three.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What was your number one?
Number one was the women's Iron Survivor match. That's how I got to last place. Because just because of me. And then Becky and Rhea was number two. Toni and Mariah was three. The AEW guy has the 2 WWE matches.
I know, and I had the fucking...
It's crazy. But all in all, it was a good match. Like,
I just hate my number 10 didn't make it on the list. I'm surprised you didn't send me a message about that when I sent you this list. My Io Sky versus Utami Hayashi Hida at the Marigold Summer Destiny. It was a good match.
We're not gonna acknowledge.
It's a really good match.
It's a good match, but I don't acknowledge Marigold.
That's fair. I just going through. I remember really being into that match. Plus, I'm a big Io Sky person, so she just puts on good matches. I think.
Give her the belt. Honestly, give her an honest run. Stop making her the Hikaru Shida of WWE.
Yes, please.
Jesus Christ, Asian transitional champions in American wrestling is crazy. If I had a nickel for every transitional Asian champion, I'd have at least 4 nickels.
Which is not a lot, but it's kind of weird that
it's happened 4 times.
Yeah. Can you name the 4?
Hikaru Shida, Io,
that's 1.
Asuka.
Number 4?
Fuck.
It's 2 on each side, so you're missing an AEW.
I wouldn't consider Riho.
Man, no,
she was transitional.
I know. I'm joking. Rio. It was Rio, but she's not.
I was gonna say she was like the first champion, but then she never really got back to being in there.
She just shows up. Everyone's happy for her.
Yeah, like, oh hey, you're here.
Yeah, Rio. You know what she reminds me of? Oddly enough, this seems low key kind of racist.
We've already met that threshold.
Yeah. No, Deadpool 2. You know how Wayne...
well, fuck, what's her name? Yukio.
Yeah.
Hi, Yukio.
It's that. That's how the audience treats Riho.
Yeah.
She just shows up and you're just happy to see her. You just want to say hi to her.
Like you're so mad at everything else and you're like, hi, Yukio. Yeah, that's
how Riho is to wrestling fans in general.
I hate that it took the third movie to realize who she was. Like, I didn't really comic book wise.
Yeah.
Because she had a completely different...
way completely different.
From the Wolverine movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about that. But those were our women matches of the year.
Okay.
Topping off with, funny enough, breakout wrestler and match of the year, Mariah May is fucking top in the charts.
Yeah. I hate that I didn't put breakout and I put her at the number 1.
Fair. She was top of my breakout and still didn't reach number 1 for women's matches. But now we have the men's match of the year. Guess who's definitely on this list? There's no way Ospreay didn't make it on this fucking list.
CM Punk.
Actually, no kidding. Funny enough,
the scapegoat's definitely gotta be on here. That backstage match. Oh, that was 2023.
Well, it was premiered in 2024, technically, if you want to count it.
Match
of the year for the men's in last place is a double feature from Mr. William Ospreay. his match with MJF at All In, and his match with Takeshita at Revolution.
Yep.
Both solid matches.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I was debating what match you meant, so I took a shot in the dark. Because remember, MJF and Ospreay had 2 matches.
That's
the
true.
one on Dynamite
that lasted almost 60 minutes.
So I will say that's not the one that I was referencing because I didn't.
Yes, because I remember this conversation, and you're not one of those people who likes the long drawn out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's definitely All In.
Yeah.
Which was the better match.
Of course, that would be the only. I did forget about his Dynamite one. That's why I didn't put because all of them I put like, hey, this is what I'm referencing.
The only one you didn't
was that one.
I'm like, I know it's All In. Like from the entrance alone, we all knew he was winning.
Yeah.
The game never came out, by the way.
It's coming. It's on the way.
Okay.
It's in the oven. You know, they're baking it.
I'm not gonna say. I was gonna.
It's not even set.
What? Go ahead.
No,
finish that.
We're done.
All right then.
It's gonna come out eventually.
You know what isn't done? The game.
Yeah, you're right.
It needs to be done.
Ubisoft will probably be done.
Yeah. From
which I'm not sad about.
MGF ending his American gimmick, which was actually a pretty fun gimmick.
Yeah, I did.
He did great matches.
I did like the Creed attire. There's just something about that was just really funny.
I do like that he kept the giant flag bit after the gimmick, and it just says "Thank me later."
Yeah.
Still hate the streamers.
Yeah. Him taking a photo with Kurt Angle, saying 2 American heroes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I have the chance to meet Kurt Angle in a couple months.
There you go.
GalaxyCon. It's him and Mick Foley and Kane, which is like.
Sir, don't you have a state to mayor?
I know we're near Knoxville, but no, I don't want to I want to bring Hangman stuff and just have him try to see if he'll sign it. It's just for the fuck of it.
No, just
probably curse me out.
Just get a picture of him as the dentist and just have him sign that.
It's just gonna be Hangman's tweet on a piece of paper.
Jesus.
Hey, can you sign this? I think he might put me through a table.
He might.
It's a shame Undertaker's not there. You could have the Brothers of Republicans.
Somehow still Brothers of Destruction. Oh, I mean.
It's gimmick still works.
No, the Brothers of Resurrection. Fucking. So
no, it's better. The Brothers of Insurrection.
Yeah,
that's what I meant to say. Fuck. The Brothers of Insurrection. Fuck, I fucked it up.
Oh god.
But oh shit. So we're gonna hear Ospreay's name a lot.
I had it.
Weird.
Yeah.
couldn't have assumed.
Dave Meltzer's gonna give this list 8 stars.
Nah, it's not in the Tokyo Dome.
Hold on, let me check my background real quick.
To the Tokyo. It's gonna be a huge jump because these matches only got 7 points. Okay. In 4th place, Ospreay versus Swerve from Forbidden Door at 17 points. Yeah, jumped a whole 10 points.
Yeah, it's a good match too. I mean,
it's a great match. Ospreay just said, "Fuck it, we're putting this to bed that Swerve is just a transitional champion."
Yep.
And still put on a banger of a match.
I thought that was great of him to
I will say I do think that was
I was
my
worried
favorite.
about it. I was worried about it because I was like, man, they're blowing that load pretty quick, and then I was like, no, but to see where they both ended up going after the fact.
Yeah. Even the double champion, Ospreay can be a double champion, which wouldn't be unheard of in AEW.
Yeah. I do think that's my favorite Ospreay match. Was him and Swerve.
Huh.
There's something about it.
I fucks with it. Ospreay has been doing just banger after banger this year. Not like he doesn't try every year.
Yeah.
But weirdly enough, third place is what actually caught me off guard. And again, it's the same it's the same kind of match because it has the same kind of ending.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because pay-per-view of the year is these two.
Yeah, yeah.
Roman versus Cody and Swerve versus Danielson, both at 19 points.
Now I'm gonna out myself here. The only reason Cody and Roman wasn't higher was because I put it last.
Yeah. Which was a surprise to me.
It's such a good match.
It was a great match.
The perfect
with a great story. Like, it was a great match because of the story. If we're talking about actual match,
it gets blown out the water
right?
By most of this list
because it relied heavily on
Peacemaker
run-ins and goofy shit, and so
random
and like
Undertaker
hey,
that made no sense.
Because they didn't get Austin, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, he won't gonna do it.
But no, like it was great for like feelings purposes, like that. That was awesome. But the actual match was,
I mean,
their match at 39 was a lot better.
Yeah. What was it called? Roman hitting the crossroads, pinning him, and when he got the two, just like no one wins with that move. Why do I do it? Like, what am I doing?
Oh god.
But yeah, I feel like it was less of a match and more of like the ending of a movie. Yeah.
I would agree with that. It was definitely it was definitely the sports entertainment part of it.
Yeah, it was.
And then we had
the Avengers Endgame.
Yeah,
and we had AEW kind of doing the same thing, but no run-ins,
but with actual wrestling.
Yeah, it was a good wrestling match that did lean into theatrics of Swerve like going full heel, stomping him in front of his child, like this man's children.
Yeah,
and Nana dancing as he does it. Jesus.
I just had I had it back in my head, playing it back in my head, and I just remember him just in front of the kid, and
Danielson telling his kids he loves them as he's getting kicked, hulking up.
Yeah.
Swerve no selling the knees and just kicking Danielson in the face. Like that match was like saying, "Hey, AEW can do the sports entertainment. We can do the big moment. This is our version of Cody's finishing the story."
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't even think Danielson wanted to win the belt.
Yeah.
he, to this day, I still don't know if he wanted to or not. And Tony just said, like, I got my out. Tony finally gave. I agreed to take this damn belt. But slowly about that, which I'm kind of actually surprised. Drew and Punk at 20. Which I have soured on CM Punk, I guess, from being a fan of him in AEW to the WWE and him kind of becoming the corporate guy. It's kind of crazy to hear him for at least a year bitch about WWE. And then when shit didn't work out, go to WWE and be the perfect guy for WWE.
Well, I think he summed that up really well in that promo with Rollins, where it was like, I hated the boss. I didn't want to leave. I didn't hate the place. I hated the guy in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could understand that.
You could see it, but at the same time, it seemed like if you're not wrong, but at the same time, it's like you kind of made that situation for yourself. You kind of made that bet.
Yeah, and he also dogpiled onto it every time he felt like running his mouth about it, and it does make him look bad.
Yeah.
When you're sitting here bitching, that whole thing back and forth with MJF and making the comment about night 3 of a 4-night extravaganza, something, blah 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 blah. And now you're in it, dude. Like you're in it.
You're that guy. You're wearing the suits. You're doing all of this.
If you hadn't have been so incendiary with your and you went back, I don't think anybody looks at it any differently, especially given how you left AEW. It then only makes sense to be like, yeah, came to AEW. Even if he just did that podcast with Colt Cabana and didn't really say much after the fact, because he didn't for a while.
Yeah.
And then went to AEW and
right off the bat, like from go,
had not said, like, if he just was like, I'm so happy to be here, you guys like revitalized my love for wrestling, blah blah blah, and left all the other unnecessary shit out, still had it out with them and fucking left and then came back, like, I don't think people would be as sour on him as they are.
Yeah. You can't just go, oh, well, that wasn't professional wrestling. When I came back to AEW, that's when I came back to professional wrestling. And then when shit didn't go your way, you left. Like, it kind of sours you. And it's like, for the most part, he was in the right in most of the situations. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this was a great match. Not the best match Punk has been in. It kind of.
I think it was one of the best matches on the card.
Oh yeah, no.
It
should have been the main event. Yeah, guaranteed.
Definitely should have been the last match on the card.
Yeah.
Like it's still not as great as his dog collar match with MJF, but it is up there.
Yeah.
And so, as much as Onyx doesn't like him, I enjoyed his match with Eddie Kingston. I also enjoyed the Cena tribute during the match with Eddie Kingston. I found that fun.
That's like how he's just adopting those moves.
Yeah.
Just like R-Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's a treasure. I hope they keep him under contract for the rest of his life. That'd be the smartest move. That's money right there.
WWE will go under before R-Truth ages.
Yeah.
That man has
his
looked
Chris
the
Van
same.
Fleet fucking interview was just hell no. Wait, can I say hell? Sure, why not?
But they did bring back like ramifications for the Hell in a Cell match. They did just like, oh well, it's October, time for a Hell in a Cell match. They made the Hell in a Cell match feel important, which is kind of funny because he kind of shitted on the Hell in a Cell when he first came back.
Did he?
With it was the random guy who asked Punk, "Oh, are y'all going to do a Hell in a Cell match?" It's like you're kind of skipping a few steps here.
Yeah. But that was the blow.
It's more like, it was more shitting on the reporter, not the match itself.
Yeah. Because using the Hell in a Cell stipulation as a first resort is stupid.
Yeah.
Like so it was good that they paid it off as like a, hey, we had a match. We had a regular match. Well, guest referee, but we had a regular match, then we had the strap match, and then we had
the guest referee match where Punk and Seth, whatever. I still don't like the bracelet thing.
Yeah.
Them feuding over bracelets, though. I hated that people try to make it seem like it was the most important thing in wrestling.
I don't know who was making it seem like the most important.
Oh, people who were just anti AEW. They were trying to make it's like the bracelet was more important than the AEW world title.
That's just...
like those people, like off the deeping drinking.
Yeah, that's incredibly dumb. Though I think what it represented and like having that be a motivation is one thing. Same thing with because you see the anti WWE people, like they're fighting over a bracelet and a necklace in WWE. Like I'm like, okay, but
the necklace is actually like ceremonial, like that's
like
something to do with their culture. That's different,
right?
But
there's like a whole thing behind.
Yeah.
They're still
championship stakes without having to have a championship.
Exactly. When you have someone champion for like fucking 2 years, the next thing he fights over better be something just as important. I'm sorry.
Right.
But well, that was number 2. Number 1, welcome back, Mr. Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson at Dynasty.
Yeah.
The start of the Tiger Driver paranoia.
Yeah.
I still
remember us watching hated that spot.
I do remember us constantly
just going
like
Is he
No,
dead?
you know what it was? I remember us watching it and going, "This is such an incredible match." And then that spot happened, and I went, "Ah,
We all kind of
fuck."
it drained the excitement out of all of us.
Yeah,
I remember that feeling of like because it seems so real, and then
It was
like
a
it's a
perfect
work.
match up until that, and it's like,
Yeah, like
shit.
fuck.
Did
like
we
you
just
have a
end this
guy
guy's
who's had
career? Like,
nerve and neck damage and all this other stuff in the
Because
past, and you're like alluding to it, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't like it."
drain the fucking energy out the room.
Yeah.
Because they recreated it with Billy Stark. That's how she won the
Yes. And I
television title.
hated that. I
Yeah.
hated that.
So it was weird all around, but it's all in all, it was a great match. And
yeah.
looking back on it, with the hindsight of that spot was fake, and it would lead up to the Osprey not wanting to use the Tiger Driver until it became like the only option.
Yeah.
So it put it back at the top spot. Because honestly, if they would just kept up that spot, I feel like Drew and Punk would have won.
Yeah.
Even now, still like sucks the fun out. Just remembering that spot again.
Yeah, I like it took me back to that moment. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, just like him hitting it, Danielson shaking, and he still hits the fucking hidden blade and then pins him.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
like the crowd not knowing what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
Osprey celebrating, but then Medical rushes in. It's like what the.
And then he stopped celebrating, and like again, the crowd was us, dude. We were all
Like
sitting there,
everyone generally like yeah.
like, oh, yeah. Because you're like, man, this is just a banger of a fucking match.
Standing ovation, fucking 6-star match, and it's like fuck.
Anyway, so that was the tough match.
Men's match of the year. Match of the year still leaves a lasting impression, you know.
Yeah.
But now we can get to the top stars, the top tens. Starting off with the women. Gotta start off very low. Rounding out the women's wrestlers with 3 points. Julia.
Oh, okay.
Decent start. She has a great body of work. She just hasn't been able to show it. I want the braids back. I don't care about cultural appropriation. I don't care. Give me the damn braids. And I just realized Mina Shirakawa is not on my fucking list. God damn it. I just. Why the fuck isn't she on my list? Sorry. At a moment of realization.
Yeah.
But not much to say. She hasn't done that much. Hopefully she wins the title this year.
I didn't put her on my list for that reason. There just wasn't a lot. And you know, she came in and that was a big deal, and then they partnered her with Stephanie Vaquer, which I'm for.
I just don't want them to have a match again. Which is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if they spend enough time around each other, they'll get some of that.
No, they won't. They're just two people that work great apart. Together is a fucking mess. I don't know why. Don't know how the fuck that works.
But they worked together well.
They work together well, but not as opponents.
Right.
Just becomes a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Number 9, tying for 9th place, Jordan Grace and Lyra Valkyria. I feel like these two are very on opposite ends of the spectrum of importance.
Yes.
Lyra Valkyria does not do anything for me. I don't
have her on my list either, but
this is all Onyx.
Yeah.
I forget she exists every time.
I like Lyra Valkyria.
She's a former NXT champion.
Yep.
I think twice. I don't know.
Yes.
And I cannot tell you when that reign ever happened. I don't know her gimmick. I feel like, remember when Sarah Logan came back as Valhalla?
Yeah.
It gives me the same vibe.
It's not that.
No.
No. I don't mean their character are the same.
Yeah,
I mean the sense of they have this cool idea for like a Norse-based like character, and no one gives a fuck because they are not presented as a credible like they'll not Sarah Logan, but Lyra will give a sudden push up until a certain point and then just drop.
Yeah. Well, she was in that Queen of the Ring.
To get dropped, literally,
Yeah.
in the scariest spot that most people
fucking spot, dude. That
she became an A cup.
I should have put her on my list just for that spot, dude. Like that. That was a hell of a fucking bump.
It's like a bonsai bomb to the sternum.
Oh God.
Jesus.
I'm gonna powerbomb you. No, you're not.
Jordan Grace. Lovely woman. Sad she got taken out by a racist.
Yeah.
But she's on to better things.
Yeah.
I feel like WWE talked to Tina, like whispered in their ear and said, "Yeah, take her back.
Yeah.
It can do wonders for the company."
Like, oh my
Our
God,
company.
should you re-sign Tessa? Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll keep up.
I would love to have all of
partnership.
your talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
While you're at it, I know Dixie Carter doesn't have anything going on.
So when is Joe Hendry and Jordan Grace?
Yeah.
Oh, January? Perfect.
Oh shit. Say less. I got you.
When's New Japan contracts ending? January? Okay. Bet. I still think that's the dumbest thing ever. New Japan needs to fix their fucking contracts. You know how many people are leaving, well, their contract in New Japan? Like, one half of their tag champion. Well, ex-tag champions. The Young Bucks are now tag champions in Japan. Fuck. That's a thing.
So
Gabe
when is
Kidd.
Mina Shirakawa going to WWE?
That would be crazy if she does.
Just to watch your face. Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do about that one.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. Whatever. Just as weird as Jordan Grace and Lyra Valkyria being tied. Again, another champion and a fucking Onyx pick tied. Athena and Lola Vice tied for 8th. Fucking get off Instagram, man. You and Shawn Michaels, get off Instagram.
You cannot tell me that she's not good.
Shawn Michaels can stay on Instagram, please. But that's besides the point.
No, he's going to start poaching AAA talent soon.
Lola Vice is a talented WWE prospect.
And she is.
You will not change my mind. She has really good matches.
Okay.
And I was a fan of her MMA career.
Okay.
You can get mad all you want, but the proof is in the pudding that she has consistently good matches.
I'm a Jada Parker fan. Don't care.
She's good too. Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you. She's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
She's not in my
like NXT has a core group of women that are all decent.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who isn't part of that group? Nikita Lyons. Fuck her.
Yeah.
But also I'm just saying.
See, everyone
goated. She's the new Natalia. Fuck off. Stay in your corner. Do your fucking weird, kinda not OnlyFans rap, and get the fuck out.
See, that's so weird for me, is because I wasn't really watching NXT at the time when she, like, I guess started blowing up. But like, I saw videos of her, and I'm like, okay, like this, she seems kind of not those kind of videos.
I saw Nikita Lyons the first time on a fucking dating reality show. I
didn't know about any of that shit.
Erase that from my memory. So it's like whatever. Cool.
Hey, listen, if LA Knight can get past all those fucking random appearances and things, she can get past
the workout video. The workout video is the best one.
Yeah.
Starting the gimmick all the way back then.
Instinctive.
You can get mad at my picks all you want. They're good picks. Fuck you.
Okay.
I stand by it.
No, you're fine. You have your picks. Next on the list.
What are we at now? You got me so flustered. I don't know what number we're at.
We're at number 7.
7, okay.
With 6 points apiece, 2 people again. Willow Nightingale and Chelsea Green.
Okay.
Willow having a great run 2024. Former TBS champion, former CMLL champion. At the time she was in the Wrestle Dynasty Cup. The finals didn't happen yet, which she lost. But still, when people needed when a belt was dropped or needed to be taken off an injured person, hey, guess who's here? Willow Nightingale. I can't hate Willow Nightingale.
Yeah. No, it's a good pick.
I don't. I just, like I've said before, her matches don't do much for me, but I don't dislike her.
She's my Bailey.
Okay, yeah.
She's AEW's Bailey, and I will not stand for her slander. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not slandering her by any means.
No,
it's just a personal preference. Because I don't think she sucks by any means. I just don't. I can't get into her matches for some reason.
Yeah, no, I get it. But Chelsea Green, new women's U.S. champion, she does great work. Everyone's cheering for her, hoping she would actually get the U.S. title.
Well, considering we thought she was gonna snag the Money in the Bank, because that's kind of how they set that up, where it's like, oh, okay, it's not her.
And then get put through 2 tables.
Yeah,
that was a scary spot. Jesus Christ, that could have went so bad. But she's here for it. She's a team player.
Yes.
Hopefully that the championship reign is long. I like Mia Yim, but I don't see her taking that belt off.
I don't
Chelsea
either.
Anytime soon.
As much as I do like her, I don't see that happening.
Actually, I see Piper being the one to take the belt off of her.
Kind of like
that would make sense.
Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, but the opposite way.
Yes. So, next with 7 points in 6th place is Io Sky. I'm pretty sure she was not on my list.
Yeah,
I mean, not mine either, and I realized how stupid that was.
I just felt like she hasn't done. She's always like number 1 contender or doing something, but also I just don't care about her. Like the same way you feel about Willow Nightingale matches, I feel about Io Shirai matches.
I love Io matches.
I also didn't like I don't like her being typecast with the War Games trash can spot.
I don't disagree with that. I think like once would have been fine, which I know she did. She did in NXT as well.
Like, cool, you can do it once in WWE because that many people watch the NXT War Games match. Cool.
I don't think we need it every time.
I don't want I don't like painted weapons to match your gear or match you. Like, all right, now we're jumping the shark here. You had the trash can ready. You knew you were doing this dumb shit.
Yeah.
But just want better for her.
Yeah.
I want her to actually
not to mention
champion.
that spot in general, like the shock value to the
is gone.
Injury that could possibly happen. Like if you get away with that move once successfully and no one's hurt from it, I think that's good enough.
Oh shit, I posted this in the wrong chat.
Uh-oh.
You're good.
No, so that she's there solely because of me. Sorry, guys.
Oh yeah, no, so.
Man, I'm really running this women's list.
No, because we kind of once again.
Oh, I'm running the lower part of it. It's gonna
because you're higher made out the bottom.
Yeah,
because everyone else.
I'm also hoping that for next year I can put Kairi Sane on this list.
Yeah, hopefully.
I love Kairi.
Yeah.
I hope she gets better soon.
Put her back in NXT.
It's still the best thing with Kairi is the video of her and Io having a match, and she's like on the fucking guardrail, and the guy's like taking a video.
Dying.
And she's
yeah,
just loved it.
I also love that when she came back and she was supposed to be a heel, but she like can't stop
Be a
herself from
heel.
like smiling
Yeah.
at people and being like, "Stop it! Like, cut it out."
She can't be a heel.
She can't.
Can't. She's adorable, dude. Like she just has that big smile, and you're like, all right, like that's fine.
You can shank me, and I still say, "Oh, look
Yeah.
at her!
I'll still blame
yeah.
myself.
Look at her!"
Again, same thing like
I
Rio. Like
deserved it.
she has those Yukio vibes, and you're
Wow,
just
this
like,
is really getting racist.
no,
Racism.
but it's the
Two
same.
Asian women.
Yeah, well then whatever. But
All
that's
right, get the fedoras.
yeah.
Jesus.
Well, actually, no.
Uh,
Oh god.
now we're at
5?
5th place. Mercedes Monet with the 8 points.
Huh.
Surprisingly, like
That's you guys.
yeah, I actually didn't have her that high up on my list,
I had her at
if
4.
I remember. Let's see, I
could put her higher if she stays away from my microphone, but I had her.
I had her at 10. Like I had her at the lowest. Like again, match quality great. Soon as the mic was in front of her, fucking mute.
So funny story. I watched AEW this week on Max because it was the first
Yeah.
first time you could stream. By the way, I didn't love the show, but I didn't love a lot of like connectivity things.
That was weird. I had no issue.
And like it was cutting out a lot for me, and I found out that the people watching on cable were getting picture in picture, and we weren't. And I'm like,
that's weird. Because
what the fuck? Like,
if you watch it on Fightful,
yeah,
like with a VPN, it does picture in picture.
What do you
doesn't do
mean by
ads.
that?
Like it'll go to commercial for like someone watching
like if they're in
cable,
the
but it'll just keep playing the match.
Yeah, okay.
So like if because most of their commercials take place during matches.
Yeah.
So they're cutting they're cutting to commercial, and the fucking ads on Max are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because listen, they're promoting their shows, I get it, like, but
it's
that
like the
one
same
show, you're right. So the one show, The Bookie, I guess is the name of it, and I only know it because it played back-to-back trailers of the show. Of the same show, back to like it was trailer 1 and then trailer 2 right after it. And then like 2 commercial spots later, they did the same fucking thing. Anyway, so my point is, I had it on in my living room. My wife was reading her book, and Mercedes was cutting a promo, and she goes, "Wow, she's fucking annoying."
But at this point, she's doing it on purpose.
Oh, God. Right.
I hope so.
I understand, but like
she's leaning more into the like old Sasha Banks style of like she's going to annoy. It's getting to the Young Bucks type of annoying.
Yeah. Making it meta.
Where it teeters on, do I hate your character or do I just hate you? But now she's single, so I don't know.
She gains points and all that, but like, hey.
She got divorced and she just started popping off.
Jesus.
Just saying.
Somebody
started
marry her
clicking
again so she could like I need her to stay away from the mic because I don't want to dislike her. I don't. I really don't.
She wants to put Bailey in some Mercedes style shorts. I'm all for it. She should have been my number 1 just for that comment alone.
Jesus.
She wants to bless the world.
Yeah. Right.
She's a god. She's an angel put on this earth to help everyone else. All right.
We're devolving here. Sorry.
Yes. Speaking of faith in clothing, 4th place, Tiffany Stratton and Liv Morgan. I'm sorry, but Tiffany Stratton, her gear is a fucking leap of faith.
Yeah.
Every time.
Fucking
every time.
It's funny because it has happened where she has had slips.
I was gonna say,
I think it was in NXT.
Who do you think will have more, her or Nikki Bella? Like when it's all said and done, because Nikki had more. Did Brie have more? I thought
Nikki had more, and it was like in regular clothing too.
That's funny.
Because I think there was like one where they were all promoting Total Divas, and she's like wearing Brie is wearing like a dress, and the camera's cutting, and it's on her side profile, and her nipples just out. Like you'd see directly into her dress, and it's like, why are we doing this? Why didn't no one cut immediately?
Right. Jesus.
Well, yeah, she has a lot of faith in her choice of attires.
So Tiffany Stratton and Liv Morgan were tied.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think she was high on my list, or she might have been just because I ran out of women.
Tiffany Stratton was number 1 on my list.
Tiffany Stratton wasn't even on my list. Liv was number 4.
I didn't have Liv on mine.
I had Liv at 8 and Tiffany at 6.
Damn, Liv made it just because of me.
I had her at 8, so
I mean, like, I think she's single too now, so I think that did it. We're just gonna. This is a regular men's podcast.
I ain't said shit.
You're married. I'm not. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, shit.
It's not cheating unless there's a ring.
God damn.
An old black woman told me that once, and it threw me the fuck off.
Let's pretend it's here.
Because she meant it.
Yeah, she did.
I was such
That's
a
great.
But no, Liv has been doing, which is crazy because Dom is married and he's openly kissing a woman who is single.
Shout out to his wife for
being cool.
Yeah.
But no, Liv has actually taken the ball she was given and ran with it, so you can't be mad at her.
I'm not mad at her.
I wish the writing was better and it wasn't all just tied to Dominic.
Yeah.
The crazy ex-girlfriend thing for me, or crazy girlfriend thing for me just doesn't do it for me.
I'm happy she finally got a run with the belt because she was only SmackDown Women's Champion just to lose it right back to Ronda.
Yeah.
So she's probably gonna lose the belt one day. So
yeah,
I just hope it's not bullshit distraction or she just looks completely incompetent in the match. So
doubt it.
Now we're getting to our top 3. Speaking of Rhea Ripley, Rhea comes at 3rd in 17 points.
That's right, we're at it.
She's okay, honestly. She wasn't on my list. Just because she was out for so long, and I had Liv, and I didn't want both of them because that storyline has taken up way too much of Raw's women's division.
I agree.
Not a ton for that division.
You have so many women that you should be putting up.
Yeah.
Instead of just revolving around, oh, these 2 women want to bang this one guy who's annoying.
The chicken tindy king.
Chicken tindy slut. At that point, that killed it. That was her suffering succotash moment for me.
Finger
She's like, all right, we can cool it.
Yeah.
But at number 2, with 19 points, I'm actually surprised she made it this high up. Roxanne Perez.
Yes.
I had her, but she was a little lower. But no, I mean, I don't disagree with it. I think she's done pretty good.
The short queen running NXT.
Yeah.
As given the fact that AJ Lee is probably my favorite female wrestler of all time, seeing Roxanne Perez just pretty much be that, but a little bit better be a better version of her, but better in the ring.
Yeah. I had her at number 3 on my list.
I think I had her at number 2 for me. No, actually, she was number 3. Which is crazy because
you had her at 8.
Not even for I think she's worse than anybody on this list. I just haven't kept up with her as much, but from what I have seen of her, I was impressed with.
I think I fucked up, but we're gonna just.
It's fine. Two's good. I think that's a good spot. I already know who's number 1.
I realize someone's not here,
is it
and
me?
they should be.
Uh-oh.
Well, number 1 with 29 points.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tony Storm.
Yeah, I mean it is.
Yeah. Yep. No, I realized I put Mariah May for number 2 for me. Yeah. So that means she should be above. Julia should be off this list.
Yes.
Technically.
I was going to say, because I have Mariah May at 5. You have her at 2.
So
Did you have her on your... No.
So 9 plus 5. She should be at 14. She should be 4th.
I did say I forgot. Okay.
Chill out. Yeah. Oh, she should
fine.
be 4th.
It's the look
honestly. So a little bit of admin. Mariah May is 4th place in this list.
Okay.
Because she would have 14 points, so she would knock down Tiffany and Liv.
Okay, yeah.
And Julia would be the odd woman out.
Okay.
I am sorry about that.
That's fine. It's a lot of numbers.
It was just a lot of names at that point. But number 1 being Toni Storm is no.
Yeah.
Like, whether you like AEW, whether like WWE, everyone can admit Toni Storm was the best thing in women's wrestling for a good chunk of 2024, even leading up to her losing the belt.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I don't
and
disagree.
The downward spiral that caused her to go to Mexico and just do indie promotions just to come back like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Wasn't her.
She's never heard of Timeless.
Yeah.
She just signed with AEW this year. She's never been AEW World Champion 3 times. Just a new plucky upstart, Toni Storm. Which is crazy because she should have been. I should have put her as breakout star.
Yeah.
just for the continuous bit.
Just for the gimmick. Yeah.
It's funny. Women's wrestler is Toni Storm. Breakout wrestler Mariah May. And women's match is Toni and Mariah.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
Home stretch.
Men's. I wonder who the top person is.
Yeah.
We're gonna quickly go to last place. It's a 3-way tie with 4 points each.
Oh.
It is Solo Sikoa, Sami Zayn, and Hangman Adam Page.
Hey, I know which one's mine.
I know which one's mine.
I know which one's mine.
Which one up you motherfuckers put Solo Sikoa on this list? Fucking you bitch.
Put up the ones. Look, Hangman going on his demented, like, just downward spiral of hating Swerve.
Yeah.
Wanting to ruin his life, burning down his childhood home.
The fact that TNT on YouTube streamed an endless loop of him sitting in front of the fucking burning house as like the Yule log for Christmas was the greatest thing. I saw it on Twitter and I was like, no fucking way. And I just immediately went to YouTube and went, oh fuck. It's just live streaming that. And I was like, oh my God.
Perfection.
I had Sami Zayn.
The moment I saw that fucking house, I knew it had to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't have a good moment like that. No. 30 some odd years of watching wrestling told me that house is fucked, dude.
One of the most gruesome spots in wrestling. They still just keep one-upping each other. Fucking putting a syringe in this man's mouth. And then the chair shot for the finale of All Out that didn't even show on camera. Yeah. They did the chair shot, zoomed out, and just saw the crowd reaction. Just heard the crowd reaction in the chair shot.
Brutal shot, dude. Ugh.
He even got Jonathan Coachman mad on Twitter.
Yeah. Can't upset the coach.
Yeah. He's always right. Like how Bianca and Jade hate each other in real life.
Yeah.
Because Jade doesn't make her own gear. Okay. Fucking A.
Whatever that means. Yeah.
It's never that serious. At number 9, Takeshita and Braun Breaker have 5 points apiece.
Okay.
Both upstarts.
I was the Braun.
Both. I was Takeshita.
Yeah. Because I didn't have either one.
Yeah. Both of them have one goal this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully their reigns are way longer. Especially with Takeshita winning a second belt this year. hopefully that reign just keeps going. Just belt collectors everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of both of those guys too. So.
Oh yeah, very aggressive. Both of them.
Yeah.
At number 8, keeping it in the family. But
Scott
this isn't
Steiner?
the South. No. Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu. At 6 point apiece. It's just like them both being in the same spot is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I think
also funny because I didn't have either one of them on my list.
I had both of them on that list. I had Jacob Fatu.
I think I only had Jacob, and he was like low on the list.
I had Jacob Fatu at 7 or 8, and then I had Jay at 5.
I only had Jacob at 8 because my last two were MJF and CM Punk at the end of my list. They weren't gonna. I knew MJF wasn't gonna make this list.
Hey, I had MJF on.
Yeah, and that's
he's been out for most of the year doing Happy Gilmore 2 and healing up some old injuries. So I'm like, cool. Knew what was gonna happen.
I didn't even take him into consideration, and not even as like a slight. It was just like he missed,
most of the year.
Yeah.
Same with Rhea Ripley, honestly. Both doing great work. Wish Jay's reign as IC champion was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
The whole Rhea Jay thing kind of just dropped.
Yeah. That's fine.
Rikishi kind of put some damage to his credibility too, bitching every week that he wasn't booked as world champion.
Oh my god.
Now he's back to teaming with his brother and back to the bloodline bullshit he goes. Hopefully it is not a permanent thing and they just like say, hey, we're cool now, but I'm gonna do my own thing, Miles Morales style.
Maybe they do like a split when they
redeal
the whole brand split thing and whatever.
But given the fact that The Rock is coming tomorrow, I think the bloodline thing is here to stay until WrestleMania. So
probably
strap in for Usos versus fucking Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah.
Worst match of 2025. Let's go. At number 7.
One of those 4 guys can work really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super kicks everywhere.
Oh god.
At number 7, Damian Priest with 10 points.
Oh.
I had it.
Yeah. Wasn't on my list at all.
I had him at 8.
4.
Just doesn't. He was a great champion for what he did. Cash in was great. I don't know what it is for me.
Won me over. I really like him. Like,
I also really like him.
Is he Will Ospreay in the ring? No. But I think he does really good storytelling. I think that's a part of it for me. Is he tells a story very well, but also like for being a big guy is good in the ring. Has a good repertoire of stuff. So he's won me over from when he first started, main roster and then the Judgment, I didn't really care for him that much. Like he was okay, but like
he was just the big guy in the back.
Yeah, and
he had the Bad Bunny match. I think what it is he still has the Judgment Day funk around him for me. Gotcha. Because even when they broke up, when he was kicked out, he was still feuding with Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Like the only reason he's not champion now is because of Judgment Day. It feels like he's still tied to it.
Yeah, they need to end all of that.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Which I do. I do see that group. That group's not going to last into 2025.
Like I said, I don't mind. I've said it before in the past. I don't mind Finn and JD sticking together. I don't mind that at all.
Carlito seems weird.
Yeah, that was odd. Break away from Dom because I think Dom can do perfectly fine work on his own. Yeah, break all of that up. Have them feud somewhere else that it's not the same feud for
years.
Yeah, shit, he's wrestled Dom like multiple weeks in the last just few months. I feel like at least like twice a month he wrestles Dom.
I don't like y'all kicked him out for a reason. Why y'all still have him? This is like the Edge thing all over again. Like y'all kicked him out, and this feud will keep going. And now they're having intergender matches because it's two guys and 2 girls. They really did the same thing they did with Edge. It's like, why are we doing this?
2 guys, 2 girls, 1 ring.
But
that video again. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, we had 6.
Number 6, hater of the year, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because.
I don't have Drew, but I get it.
I had Drew at number 5.
Yeah.
I did too. Yeah. Hasn't won a ton in terms of like big matches and stuff like that, but
the amount of generational hatred that he has shown for one guy is enough to say, fuck it, he deserves to be on this list.
The promo work alone and the Twitter work alone
could
put him on
picture. The picture with Jack Perry at an airport is worth it. The fucking tweets are worth it. But weirdly enough, the next person at number 5, Bryan Danielson at 16 points. Really thought he'd be higher.
I had him kind of low on mine.
I had him at 6 on mine.
I had him at number 2. Because given the fact that this was his last full-time run, he got a run with the belt. Some of the matches, not the best. Didn't really have to face Jack Perry of all people for his first title defense. But we're just gonna ignore the fact that All Out they really didn't have a build.
We're just gonna ignore All Out.
But him getting to wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. this year, him getting to wrestle Nigel McGuinness. Yeah.
I forgot.
Like, he really did have a good send off to his career of wanting to wrestle people he wanted. Pretty sure there was an Okada match somewhere in this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So surprised that didn't make it on there. Yeah. But all in all, great send off for a career. Maybe he comes back to do a one-off match.
Yeah.
At least get to kick Wheeler Yuta in the face.
Be the John Cena for a little while, or come back when they need somebody.
The Brock Lesnar.
Oh, let's not do that.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Randy Orton.
Better.
That's much better. We don't need any weird stipulations in contracts,
Yeah. No, he just wants penises. The amount of hold up, have y'all not heard about how weird Bryan Danielson is with just like genitalia?
No, I've not heard it.
Oh, I
wasn't letting that go.
Stop
the right distract.
I don't give a fuck. I've realized sometimes my southernness comes out because I definitely told a family of the colorway, y'all have a good one, y'all. Like completely southern. Like I don't know what happened. But
oh Lord.
Moving on, number 4, surprisingly still low on the list. Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Didn't have him on my list.
Cody Rhodes was number 3 on my list. I was surprised when you didn't have him.
Yeah, he was number 2.
Here's the thing.
I think AJ Cody match, but didn't have the man on the top wrestling.
I am happy to explain. I'm happy to.
Okay.
He has had. So obviously the build up to WrestleMania was really good. He has not thoroughly impressed me in the ring with a lot of his matches, besides really the AJ match. I didn't care for the Kevin Owens match. Because it was AJ twice, wasn't it? 2 pay-per-views he did AJ, or was it just the one?
Yeah, he did that. Yes. He did AJ twice.
Backlash was the second one, was it not?
No, Backlash was the first one.
Okay, it was the second one I didn't care for because I knew one of them I didn't.
That was the Bash and Burl.
Might have been.
Yeah.
And there was such a build up to the championship that I don't feel like I'm staying interested. Like I don't think he's bad. It's just he's not really. Besides kind of AJ, like the Kevin Owens one's gotten good. But like he wrestles kind of Kevin Owens randomly just to have a match with him, and then
you are the AW fan back in like 2019, like 2021.
Yeah.
Like the chase cool, we're here for Cody.
Yeah.
Wins and then immediately goes, damn, you're boring though.
And I don't think he's bad. Like, I just feel like there was a lot of people that I've enjoyed more.
Yeah.
Because that's my
you
thing.
You were more interested in the chase and getting him to the belt. And then once he got the belt, he didn't change.
Well, I think the worst thing it's been for me is that because of being the WWE guy for a long time, that's all I ever really dealt with was WWE stuff. Now I'm watching AEW pay-per-views and I'm like, oh my God, these guys are actually like putting on really good shows. Like, this is really good wrestling. And then kind of like you said about the WrestleMania, where it's like, this is great storytelling, but the wrestling itself isn't really to the par that I want it to be. And like, WrestleMania is one thing, like that I understood, but like, it hasn't really improved.
Well, he also got stuck in that weird, like, way too much bloodline things.
Yeah.
Like, because he beats Roman and then goes away from the bloodline, and then months later gets sucked back into it. And I'm like, no, we don't need you there. Like,
yeah,
Solo could have grown, and Solo could have grown as a performer, which I think he very much has over this last year, without getting involved in all of that.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think that's what really slowed it down. Had he done the whole AJ thing and then Kevin Owens thing, like, okay, that's both of those are fine, right? Like, they tell a similar story of like people that are just fed up of dealing with him. Like, it starts out respectful and then it's like, all right, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm done.
But no, it's not that I'm disappointed that Cody's bad. There was a lot of good talent this year to me that I think just put on some better shows.
Yeah.
And when you have your Will Ospreys, your Swerves, your Gunthers, it just kind of, I know it's weird.
No.
Remember when he hated him?
Shut up.
Yeah.
You remember that? I remember that. Pepperidge Farm remembers that.
Shut
No.
Joke's on you. I make the clips.
Onyx did a funny thing and he just doesn't realize it.
Did I call him the wrong thing?
No. Well, letting the cat out the bag here. Onyx just rightfully guessed the top 3 wrestlers in a row, in order.
I'm awesome.
With Gunther at number 3 with 19 points.
That's funny because that's the exact way that I have it too.
Swerve Strickland with 24 points and Will Ospreay with 27 points.
Yeah, I mean they just and you were right. I was very much I didn't give a shit about this guy. I didn't care. And I got bored. And some of it, like you said, he's had where Damian Priest, where that was a good, back and forth and stuff like that. But he generally is an impressive wrestler in the ring. And he has consistently shown that between Sami Zayn and him even losing that title, but it was still, the build up to it was great. The match itself was great. The build up to him winning the champion, the heavyweight championship. And I just think he's had a remarkable year. And I hope, although I'm kind of nervous right now what they're doing with him because it seems kind of out of character. I'm fingers crossed hoping that it pays off somewhere.
I feel like they just don't want to recreate the same title reign he did with the IC belt.
Yeah.
So they're trying to change it, but that's not what people want. They want
I want him to be dominant.
The IC belt. Yeah. Just because I lost his IC belt doesn't mean I can't just take whatever belt I want and make this last.
Yeah.
Correct. Which is the right thing for him to do. That makes sense for him.
Because that's what he did with the UK belt. He won it and held it. Yep. He set a record. He came to the main roster, won the IC belt, held it. So his gimmick should be, I'm going to hold this belt as long as I deem worthy.
Yeah.
So.
And then Swerve and Will are very obvious. And it's funny for me being the WWE guy that my top 2 aren't even WWE guys.
Yeah. Oh no. Ospreay, from the moment of joining AEW officially from January,
just killed it.
Like, just been putting on match
banger after banger. The one
and
consistency.
Swerve really showing out why he deserved to be in that top spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
That he wasn't given in WWE.
Still think they waited a month too long to do it, but they still did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still did it, and he still had great matches, had a great run. Again, Ospreay having the Ospreay match to show that like none
this
of this
wasn't a transitional champ. Yeah. He was the AEW World Champion.
Yep. Well,
but
ladies and gentlemen, that is our 2024 best of our I guess now officially our yearly tradition. Because this is the second time we've done it.
Yep. Can't wait for 2025.
Yeah, we'll see
where Ospreay is still.
This list doesn't change too much in the top 3. It'll still be.
I'm gonna rank him 10th next year just to be safe.
Just to
this
throw
way
the
he
list
ends
out.
up in like 2nd place.
Funny enough, Roman Reigns not in the top 10.
He wasn't
He's
around.
gone most of it.
True. No Dwayne mentions.
Pass.
No.
I'm good. Well, all right.
This is wrestler of the year.
Yeah.
But this is a new year. Both AEW and WWE are going to streaming, so we can probably finally end the fucking ratings debates.
As of this recording, tomorrow is the first Netflix Raw.
Yep.
We did just have that first AEW Dynamite, and oh, you know what? I didn't watch.
Is all the AEW on
Collision?
Yes.
Is it all? Because I know.
Yes. Rampage is over.
SmackDown's just still under contract with.
Yes.
Well, yeah, they just switched over to USA and NXT on CW.
And SmackDown is now 3 hours.
Oh.
Yes, that's a new thing.
That just happened this week.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Which kind of ruined it because I thought the cash-in was the final moment of SmackDown, which it wasn't. It was the the 6-man tag between Sami and the Usos versus Solo and Jacob and Tama Tonga.
I like that they keep Tonga low
in the back
out of that ring as much as possible.
Well, isn't he like
injured?
Is he? Oh, okay, I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know that.
He got injured during the War Game match.
Oh, so I didn't realize.
Or at some point. I could be completely wrong. But all in all, we'll see how 2025 treats us. Hopefully no big bullshit comes out.
Any predictions for this year in terms of
Kenny Omega will become AEW World Champion.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes will drop the belt before WrestleMania.
I don't know about that.
Actually, it might. Well, the rumor is that he's facing John Cena for the belt at WrestleMania.
Give him the win. Just even if he fucking relinquishes it the next day, let him have that record. At least till Randy Orton retires.
This is John Cena's final year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the retirement tour is starting.
God.
Probably tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was 2024, a weekend of 2025. We will catch you guys on the other side of the ring. Good night.
Adios.
Stay black.